series contains fictional content intended for entertainment purposes only. The scenes depicted, including any blood or injuries, are part of a fantasy setting and are not meant to shock or disturb viewers. All characters, events, and settings are purely fictional. Viewer discretion is advised. The morning sun bathed in hell as Annabelle made her way to school, lost in thought. She hadn't expected to run into someone from her past, especially not someone like Gabriel. It's been 75 years! Why is she here now? She stopped, dead in her tracks. Standing before her with the same icy blue eyes and an aura of authority was Gabriel Hitler.
Long time no see, Annabelle.
Gabriel, what are you doing here?
I come to see you, of course. How about a date, for old time's sake?
Annabelle was paralysed with shock. Gabriel's presence was suffocating, and memories of their past came flooding back. Before Annabelle could respond, Gabriel's eyes glowed with an unnatural light.
You will go on a date with me.
Annabelle's eyes glazed over as she nodded mechanically, unable to resist the mind control. The lively sounds of the school festival filled the air as students and visitors enjoyed various booths and performances. Shino and Nayah, two of Annabelle's closest friends, wandered through the crowd, holding hands and sharing sweet moments.
This festival is amazing. I'm so glad we came together.
Me too. Let's check out the haunted house next.
When an ex-girlfriend reappears after a breakup, it can bring back mixed emotions. Whether it's about unresolved feelings, closure, or just testing the waters, it's important to reflect. Consider why the relationship ended and what you both want now. Setting boundaries and protecting your emotional well-being should be your priority, allowing you to decide. Whether it's closure, a fresh start, or maintaining distance, the choice is yours.
Unbeknownst to them, Annabelle and Gabriel had arrived at the festival as well. Gabriel led Annabelle through the throngs of people, her control over Annabelle unyielding. Gabriel and Annabelle sat at a secluded cafe within the festival grounds. Annabelle's eyes were still dull, but occasionally a flicker of resistance showed.
I've missed you, Annabelle. Paris is such a lovely place. It's a pity about that girlfriend of yours.
Gabriel, please. Gabriel's expression darkened at the mention of Paris.
Paris stole you from me. She'll pay for that.
As Shino and Nayah approached the cafe, they spotted Annabelle. Annabelle, what's she doing here?
And who's that with her?
They moved closer, trying to figure out what was happening. Gabriel noticed them and smirked, her grip on Annabelle tightening. Shino and Nayah approached the table, their concern evident.
Annabelle, are you okay?
Shino, Nayah.
Oh, friends of yours. How delightful.
Who are you, and what do you want with Annabelle?
I'm Gabriel. Annabelle and I have some unfinished business.
Before Shino and Nayah could react, Gabriel's eyes glowed once more, and a wave of force pushed them back. As Shino and Nayah struggled to get back on their feet, Gabriel leaned in close to Annabelle.
Let's remind your friends who's in control.
No! Gabriel's sinister laugh echoes, leaving the fate of Annabelle and her friends hanging in the balance. Focusing on the tense scene at the cafe, Shino and Nayah, still reeling from Gabriel's telekinetic attack, slowly back on their feet.
We won't let you take Annabelle.
You have no choice in the matter. Annabelle belongs to me now.
Annabelle, fight You're stronger than this. I can't. Gabriel tightened her grip on Annabelle's hand and whispered something inaudible, causing Annabelle's eyes to glaze over completely once more. Her body went rigid, completely under Gabriel's control. Gabriel looked at Shino and Nayah with a cold smile.
You two are meddlesome, aren't you? No matter. Annabelle and I have plans, and you won't interfere.
Realizing they need help, Shino and Nayah decide to find Paris. They rush through the bustling festival, pushing past crowds of students and visitors enjoying the festivities. The sounds of laughter and music fill the air, but for Shino and Nayah, the world has narrowed to a singular goal, finding Paris and saving Annabelle. We need to find Paris fast. She's the only one who can help Annabelle.
She has to be here somewhere. Let's split up and cover more ground.
They part ways, each scanning the festival frantically. Shino heads towards the main stage, where a band is setting up for their performance. He pushes through the crowd, calling out for Paris.
Paris! Paris, where are you?
Meanwhile, Nayah searches near the food stalls, her eyes darting around anxiously. She spots a group of friends chatting and rushes over to them. Have you seen Paris? It's really important. No, sorry. Is everything okay? No, everything is not okay. Thanks anyway. She moves on, her heart pounding with worry. The festival, which had seemed so fun and lively earlier, now felt like a labyrinth, trapping her from reaching Paris in time. Gabriel leads Annabelle away from the cafe, deeper into a secluded area of the festival grounds. They walk through winding paths lined with stalls and games until they reach a hidden section decorated for a mock wedding. White flowers adorn an ornate archway on a red carpet that leads to a small stage.
It's time for our grand reunion, Annabelle. A wedding to seal our bond forever.
Gabriel, please. Gabriel snaps her fingers, and Annabelle's attire transforms into a beautiful yet eerie wedding dress. Gabriel's own dress appears, equally stunning but with a dark, foreboding aura. Annabelle's eyes, glazed over, reflect the conflict within her. This isn't right.
Hush now. It'll all be over soon.
Shino finally spots Paris near the main stage, where she's helping set up for a performance. Paris is directing a group of students, her authoritative voice cutting through the noise.
Paris, we need your help. It's an emergency.
Paris turns, her eyes widening in concern as she sees Shino's panicked expression. She quickly excuses herself from the group and rushes over to Shino. Shino, what's wrong?
It's Annabelle. She's in danger. Gabrielle is here, and she's taking control of her.
Paris's eyes widen in shock and anger. Gabriel was a name she hadn't heard in years, and the thought of her being here now sent a chill down her spine. Take me to her. We need to save Annabelle. Nayah finds Shino and Paris just as they start heading towards the secluded area. She runs up to them, out of breath but relieved to see they've found Paris. Paris, you're here. We need to hurry. Let's go. We won't let Gabriel take Annabelle. As they rush through the festival grounds, Paris grills Shino and Nayah for details. What exactly did Gabriel do? How did she take control of Annabelle?
She used some kind of mind control. Annabelle was struggling, but she couldn't break free.
And then she started talking about a wedding? Paris's face darkens with realization. A wedding? Of course. Gabriel's always had a flair for the dramatic. She's trying to bind Annabelle to her in some twisted ceremony. Under the archway, Gabriel and Annabelle stand facing each other. Annabelle's eyes are distant, trapped under Gabriel's control. The area is eerily silent, the usual festival noise muted by the secluded location.
With this ceremony, I bind you to me forever, Annabelle.
No! Just as Gabriel is about to seal the ceremony with a kiss, Paris, Shino and Nayah burst onto the scene. Paris's eyes blaze with fury as she sees the scene before her. Stop this, Gabriel! Gabriel turns to face them, her eyes glowing with malevolence.
You're too late. Annabelle is mine.
I won't let you take her. Gabriel raises her hand, and a force field erupts around her and Annabelle, pushing Paris, Shino and Nayah back. The field shimmers with an eerie light, crackling with energy.
If you want to save her, you'll have to go through me.
Paris grits her teeth, her determination unwavering. She glances at Shino and Nayah, who nod in silent agreement. We will save Annabelle together. Paris grits her teeth, her determination unwavering. She glances at Shino and Nayah, who nod in silent agreement. Annabelle, listen to me. You're stronger than this. Fight her control. Shino and Nayah join in, their voices filled with urgency and desperation.
Annabelle, we're here for you. Don't give up.
We believe in you, Annabelle. Break free. Inside the force field, Annabelle's eyes flicker with recognition. Gabriel notices the change and tightens her grip on Annabelle's mind.
Ignore them, Annabelle. You're mine.
Paris, Shino, Nayah. The force field shudders under the combined efforts of Paris, Shino and Nayah. Gabrielle's control wavers and Annabelle's eyes begin to clear. Gabrielle's frustration grows as she struggles to maintain her hold on Annabelle. Paris, Shino and Nayah push harder, their determination unyielding. Annabelle, remember who you are. You're stronger than Gabrielle's control.
We're here for you, Annabelle. You're not alone.
Annabelle, break free. Come back to us. Annabelle's eyes clear completely. She looks at Gabriel with newfound resolve. No more, Gabriel. You don't control me. With a final surge of strength, Annabelle breaks free from Gabriel's grasp. The force field shatters, and Gabriel is thrown back, her control over Annabelle completely broken.
No, this isn't possible.
Paris, Shino and Nayah rush to Annabelle's side, embracing her tightly. Annabelle clings to them, tears streaming down her face. Thank you. Thank you all. You're safe now, Annabelle. We won't let anything happen to you. Gabriel slowly gets to her feet, her eyes burning with rage. She glares at Paris, Shino and Nayah, her voice dripping with venom.
This isn't over. You'll regret crossing me.
The remnants of the once beautiful ceremony, now a scene of chaos and destruction, lie shattered on the ground. Annabelle, Paris, Shino and Nayah stand in the midst of the chaos, catching their breath, still reeling from the shock of Gabriel's sudden appearance. How could things have gone so wrong? We were so close to stopping her. We're not done yet. We need to regroup and figure out what's next.
Gabriel's still out there. We need to find her before she can cause more damage.
Agreed, but first, let's get to a safe place. We can't afford to be caught off guard again. The group makes their way through the festival grounds, trying to avoid drawing attention. They navigate through the labyrinths of booths and stalls, their minds racing with questions and concerns. Annabelle's fear is palpable and Paris stays resolutely by her side, offering comfort and protection. Annabelle, do you have any idea where Gabriel might go next? Not exactly, but she's always had a fascination with ancient rituals and hidden places. There's a chance she might head to somewhere like that.
There's an old, abandoned building on the outskirts of the festival grounds. It fits the description of what you're talking about.
Let's head there. It's our best lead. The group quickens their pace, determined to reach the abandoned building before Gabriel can implement her plans. The tension is palpable as they weave through the festival crowd, trying to remain inconspicuous. The abandoned building on the outskirts. The structure is old and decrepit, with cracked walls and broken windows. A sense of foreboding hangs in the air as the group approaches. This place feels wrong. Be on high alert. They enter the building cautiously. Inside, the space is dimly lit by the flickering lights from a few dusty windows. The air is thick with dust and the sound of their footsteps echo eerily.
We need to find Gabriel, quickly.
They split up to search the building. Paris and Annabelle head towards the basement, while Nayah and Shino investigate the upper floors. The building's oppressive atmosphere weighs heavily on them, amplifying the sense of urgency. Down in the basement, Paris and Annabelle find themselves in a large room covered with strange symbols and arcane diagrams. The atmosphere is heavy with magical energy, making the air almost difficult to breathe. This must be where Gabriel is performing her ritual. I hope we're not too late. As they cautiously move through the room, they spot a figure standing in the center of a ritual circle. It's Gabriel, dressed in ceremonial robes and holding a glowing vial. The sight is both unsettling and mesmerizing.
The time has come for the final act. The power of the ancients will be mine.
The vial in Gabriel's hand begins to glow brighter, and the symbols on the floor start to pulse with a dark energy. Paris and Annabelle exchanged worried glances, their anxiety growing. We need to stop her now. They move forward, but as they approach Gabriel, the air suddenly crackles with energy and a force field appears, trapping them inside the ritual circle. What's happening?
Welcome to my final act. I hope you enjoy the show.
Meanwhile, Shino and Nayah search the upper floors of the building. They find several rooms filled with ancient texts and artifacts, each more mysterious than the last.
There's nothing here that seems immediately relevant.
Wait, look at this. Nayah picks up a large ornate book from a dusty shelf. It's bound in dark leather and covered with mystical symbols. Shino examines the book closely, his brow furrowed in concentration.
This looks like it could be important. Maybe it's related to Gabriel's plans.
Let's take it downstairs. It might help us figure out what's going on. Back in the basement, Paris and Annabelle are struggling against the force field. Gabriel's chanting grows louder, and the energy around the room intensifies, causing the walls to tremble. We have to find a way to break through. I'll try to disrupt the ritual. See if you can find anything that might help. Annabelle searches the room, her eyes scanning the symbols and artifacts scattered around. She spots a familiar-looking symbol and realizes it might be the key to breaking the force field. Paris, over here! This symbol, it's the same as the one on the vial. It might be the key. Paris focuses her energy on disrupting Gabriel's chant. She creates a magical barrier to counteract Gabriel's force field. The room shakes as the two forces clash, sparks flying in all directions. Shino and Nayah hurry downstairs with the ornate book. They reach the basement just as the clash of energies reaches its peak. We need to stop Gabriel.
Look at this.
Shino opens the book and finds detailed instructions on ancient rituals and powerful enchantments. One page in particular catches their attention.
This page describes a ritual to transfer power and control. It's exactly what Gabriel is trying to do.
We need to destroy the vial and stop the ritual. As Shino and Nayah rush to intervene, Gabriel's chanting reaches a crescendo. The vial's glow becomes blinding, and the ritual circle symbols pulse with dark energy. Suddenly, Gabriel forms shimmers and shifts. Wait, something's wrong.
You were too late.
The figure in the center of the circle begins to distort and change. The lights flicker and the form of Gabriel melts away to reveal a different figure. An identical Gabriel, but with a colder, more sinister aura.
No, this isn't supposed to happen. You never understood your purpose, clone.
The clone Gabriel's eyes widen in horror as the real Gabriel steps forward. With a swift, merciless motion, she unleashes a wave of dark energy that consumes the clone. The clone screams as she's engulfed, her form disintegrating into mist.
This is just the beginning. The true power is now within my grasp.
The room is filled with a blinding light as the ritual collapses. The real Gabriel turns to face the stunned group, her eyes filled with a cold, calculating menace.
I must leave now. The true work is yet to come.
She steps through a portal of dark energy that opens behind her. As she vanishes into the shadows, the portal closes, leaving the group in a state of shock. No, she's escaping again! Paris, Shino and Nayah struggle to understand what just happened. The vial shatters and the remaining dark energy dissipates, leaving the room in eerie silence. We need to regroup and plan our next move. Gabriel's not done yet.
We've got to find a way to track her. We can't let her get away again.
We need to analyze this book and find out what our next steps might be. As the group stands in the ruins of the ritual chamber, the shocking revelation of the clone's destruction and Gabriel's escape. Hey fans, it's Hanako here. Thanks for watching episode 2 of I'm in Love with the Princess. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and have any thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And feel free to share this video with anyone who might enjoy it too. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next video.